What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you guys can tell, today we're going to be taking off right where I left the last video on this 2006 Nissan 350Z. Now, for those of you guys that haven't watched the first video, make sure that you guys watch it because a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about, I explained in the first video, and you guys will understand how I was able to get this car for just $2,000. So definitely make sure to check it out. So the first thing that I want to check out on this vehicle is this passenger rear wheel. As you guys can tell, it's pretty close to the inner fender here, and there is something definitely wrong on this side. Alright, so I have the silver 350Z back here in my driveway, and what I want to do today is maybe sort out this issue here with this wheel. As you can see, it's pretty close to the side right here. It should be more centered. As you can tell, this vehicle was in a wreck before, and I don't even want to look in there because it doesn't look pretty, but I think this can be fixed. And I should have the parts to fix it, so I'm gonna take the wheel off and see what could be bent. This is what the inside of the inner wheel well looks like on this 350Z, and as you can tell, it's not in good shape. What I'm trying to do here is trying to see what is bent, and I can't find anything by just looking at it. I think this upper control arm might be bent in this way. These other arms look straight. This is an aftermarket arm, but that also looks fine. But as you can tell, the little joint over there, it looks like it's sideways because this is pushed this way. So it might be an upper control arm that's bad. Looking at the shock body here and going up, you can see that thing's kind of shifted. So I mean, it could be that as well, but I really doubt that that would cause all of this to move this way. I think it's more the upper control arm or one of the arms. So I'm gonna have to probably leave this like this until I can compare it with something else. Just kind of wanted to see if it was an easy fix, but I can't see anything. All right, so the next thing that I'm gonna try to fix is the actual check engine code that this vehicle has. It's a P1774, which is a transmission code. More specifically, I think it's one of the solenoids that might be bad. So what I'm gonna do is drop the valve body. You guys have seen me do that multiple times already, so I'm just gonna go underneath, drain the fluid, remove the valve body, and remove the sensor and swap it out with another one, and fingers crossed that that fixes the problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So I got the transmission pan off. This is what we're left with. Everything looks pretty clean underneath here, but what I'm gonna do now is remove the valve body by removing a few more 10mm fasteners. I'm gonna drop it down, and then I'm gonna check it out, probably swap over to the low coast solenoid. But before I do that, I might have to just do a ohms test on it just to make sure that it is bad. I know sometimes they might show as being good when you test them on their code, so that's why some people say you should heat up like some automatic transmission fluid, put the sensor in there, and then check the ohms on it to see if it's within spec. So I dropped the valve body, and the sensor that I need to get out is the corner one right over there. I'm gonna remove that solenoid. It takes a 5mm Allen bit. Go ahead and get that off. It's pretty difficult to do this with one hand, but I do have 29 ohms on this solenoid. So I heated up the solenoid with a torch, just kind of torching it on the side here, and I did get it pretty hot here. But the highest ohm that it would get to is 37 ohms. Now this is a high ohm solenoid, and it should be between 20 to 40. So technically it's still within spec. And I was checking it for a few minutes here to see if it would, for whatever reason, not have any resistance or ohms. But it checked out fine. This is the one that I'm going to probably put in. It's a different style, but it is a high ohm solenoid as well, so it is compatible because the resistance slash ohms on this is 20 to 40 as well, and this is also good. So I'm gonna just put this on, fingers crossed, maybe this fixes it. I have a feeling it's not though, because this technically is working, so I think we might have a bad valve body. So I'm not 100% convinced that this solenoid was bad that I just removed. So what I'm going to do, since I have the valve body out, I'm going to remove the TCM from it and then see if there's any broken connectors or any broken connections to these solenoids that could explain this code. If it does not have any of those issues, then I think we're going to have a bad TCM. So I checked every circuit that you see here with continuity, and everything works and everything checks out. If the sensor that I put in does not work, we're gonna have a bad TCM, and I won't be able to fix it unless I put another valve body in the car.
Alright guys, so I have some positive news. It has been maybe 3 weeks since I last put the valve body back together on the vehicle, and I haven't experienced any transmission codes or issues. So I think it's fixed. Now I will say that I did a lot of cleaning on the valve body off camera. So I took some compressed air and I blew through the passages on the valve body, and I did get a lot of dirt from those passages. So I think that also helped the transmission a lot. Unfortunately, not everything is positive with this car. The rear subframe on it is apparently warped, which is why the wheel is pushed so far in. And I cannot fix that unless I take it to a frame shop. And that is something that I'm not going to do. So the vehicle is going to be sold as is. But before I sell it, I'm going to take a lot of the interior pieces off and transfer them on to another 350Z. So definitely make sure to stay tuned for the next video, where I'm going to show you guys what I had to do to kind of make both cars sellable. So definitely make sure to stay tuned. If you guys did like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Thank you for watching.